My son's friend fed him a food he was allergic to, and the parents blamed me. I picked Jaden up from school every day at 3:15. His best friend Lucas lived 2 streets over, and they'd been inseparable since kindergarten. Lucas's parents, Claire and Ben, knew about Jaden's peanut allergy. I told them at least 100 times. Severe anaphylaxis. The 5-pen always in his backpack. No peanuts, not even trace amounts. Friday afternoon, Lucas invited Jaden over after school. I walked both boys to Claire's car in the pickup line. She smiled at me through the window. No peanuts, I reminded her. Not even trace amounts. Claire's smile tightened. I know, we'll be careful. Something in her tone made me hesitate, but Jaden was already climbing into the back seat. 2 hours later, my phone rang. Ben's voice was tight. Jaden's having some kind of reaction. You need to come get him. My stomach dropped. Did you give him his EpiPen? Silence on the other end. We don't have it. You didn't send one. I was already grabbing my keys. It's in his backpack, the front pocket. Ben's voice shifted. There's no backpack here. I made it to their house in 4 minutes. The front door was unlocked. I ran inside. Jaden was on the couch, hives spreading across his neck and arms. His breathing was shallow and wheezy. Claire was standing over him, crying. I don't understand what happened. I dropped to my knees beside Jaden and unzipped my purse. I always kept a backup, the 5-pen. I stabbed it into his thigh. Jaden gasped. Color started returning to his face. What did he eat? I asked, my hands shaking. Claire pointed to the coffee table. Just a protein bar. That's all. I grabbed the wrapper. Peanut butter, chocolate chip. The label was clear. Bold letters on the front. I held it up. This says peanuts. Ben snatched it from my hand. It says protein bar. How was I supposed to know? I called 911. The paramedics arrived within minutes and loaded Jaden onto a stretcher. Claire was still crying in the doorway. We didn't know. I swear we didn't know. One of the paramedics turned to her. The label says peanut butter. Ben stepped forward. We're not label readers. We're busy people. Jaden spent 2 hours in the ER. They monitored him for a secondary reaction. He was stable by 8 p.m. I sat beside his bed the entire time, holding his hand. The next morning, I woke up to a text from Claire. We need to talk about how you handled yesterday. I stared at my phone. I called her immediately. How I handled it. Claire's voice was defensive. You made a scene in front of the paramedics. You embarrassed us. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You gave my son peanut butter after I specifically warned you. Ben grabbed the phone. Lucas is traumatized. You made him think he almost killed his best friend. His voice was rising. That's on you for not teaching Jaden to ask before eating. I felt rage building in my chest. Jaden is 7 years old. You're the adults. Claire's voice came through the speaker. Maybe if you didn't coddle him with this allergy nonsense, he'd have built up a tolerance by now. I hung up. My hands were shaking. I opened my texts and forwarded the entire conversation to the school principal. I copied their pediatrician. Then I added a note. Claire and Ben gave my son peanut butter despite repeated warnings about his severe allergy. Monday morning, the principal called Claire into her office. I got a call that afternoon. We investigated, the principal said. Lucas has been sharing his peanut butter sandwiches with Jaden at lunch for weeks. My blood ran cold. What? The principal continued. Claire told Lucas that allergies are exaggerated, that Jaden's parents are overprotective. That evening, the school sent out a notice. Lucas was banned from bringing anything containing peanuts. New protocols for allergy management in the lunchroom. Mandatory training for all parent volunteers. 2 days later, I received a letter from a lawyer. Claire was threatening to sue me for defamation. I forwarded it to my own attorney. She called me back within an hour, laughing. Her lawyer already declined to take the case. She's shopping around. 3 weeks later, Claire showed up at school pickup. She waited until I walked past her car. This is all your fault, she said through the window. Lucas lost his best friend because you couldn't handle a little mistake. I stopped walking, turned to face her. You almost killed my son because you think allergies are made up. Her face went red. We're the victims here. I walked away. Claire never found a lawyer